much, Paul. I thought just perhaps an interesting little sort of invitation, if I can make it through you, of course, as the host of the program. It might be very interesting if the people whom you've criticised so severely, the Lord Advocate Elisha Angelini, or perhaps the Justice Minister Kenny McCaskill, or even the First Minister of Scotland himself, Alex Salmond, might like to join the program and perhaps explain their conduct.
That would be great.
I don't know if they're going to do it, but I'm a fair man, and I like to give people the chance when I make allegations against people. I do like to offer them the chance to respond.
Well, here's a question. I mean, I'd be more than happy to call them on the air. Should we set that up for a future program?
Oh, yes, that'd be absolutely right. And I'm quite happy to debate things and matters live with any of them at any time.
Well, can you? I don't know what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, but can we call some of these politicians on the air?
Well, we can try. We'll look into it.
Okay. Well, the other thing is if somehow I can get all their email addresses, I'd love to publicize that. And,
yeah, I mean, as Mr. Rusher said on Tuesday, we are in the process, Paul, of putting together a sort of action plan for Friends Abroad, what they can do. But we want to get a good plan, so hopefully by Sunday at the latest or whatever, we'll email that to you.
Okay, great, yeah. And obviously, if I can have the contact information, I'm going to promote this and do everything we can.
That would be brilliant, yeah. I mean, can I just mention one thing quickly?
Yep, as much as you want. We have 7 minutes left.
Right, very quickly, yeah. There's 2 publicly available documents pertaining to Robert's issues with the Scottish authorities, to put it like that. There's a charge document from the court in Stonehaven regarding his criminal breach of the peace case. And now this used to be available on the internet, I believe, but I can't find it in its entirety or at all anymore. And I just wonder, is this normal? Because people have told me that usually these documents can be found, in PDF or electronic format.
Well, it's criminal that they're not available.
Sorry?
Anybody should be able to walk into the local courthouse and demand to see a document.
Mr. Ensley in Aberdeen just told me this afternoon that sometimes getting what should be public documents out of these people is not possible. Again, this is surely unlawful, but that's a whole other... Anyway, this charge document is a very interesting document that people might want to take a look at, and as I say, this is publicly available. This is not breaching any law. And
well, give me as many documents as you can, and I'll publish them.
Well, yes, I think Mike from UK Column is emailing them to you this afternoon or at some point. Anyway, within that document, all the names that Hollie named are there, okay? And this is a publicly available document. And then there's another document, the civil interdict, and that one is, again, not available on the internet. And the title of that document is Buchanan, care of Simpson and Marwick versus Green, reference number A72/10. And again, we'll hopefully get an electronic copy to you. Now, here's an interesting sidebar to this document. This firm of solicitors, well, first of all, there is a Sheriff Buchanan in Aberdeen who actually, this is such a spooky coincidence, he was actually the sheriff who was ruling in 2003 over Anne's divorce and Greg's divorce to Dennis Massey.
Well, Mary, let me throw a couple of thoughts out here real quick. We've got a few minutes.
Yes,
I want to make sure, and I want to throw a couple of thoughts out here. Now, what should happen here with your organization is you should be able to go into a court of law and demand, under your public disclosure laws, whatever they are, and I'm sure Scotland has them, to have all these documents, including the ones that were confiscated. And the court's going to have to hear the case, and they're going to have to rule on it. And bottom line is, by taking it through that system, that's another great way to get people involved in this. We're talking about taking away the civil rights of an individual that lives in a democracy.
Well,
okay.
It's supposed to be a democracy.
Yeah. Robert, anything else you want to add real quick?
Well, that's very much really, Paul. I think we've gone through just about everything that perhaps we can go through on this particular occasion, although I'd be very happy perhaps when I can be more open about the case to talk to you again, because there's nothing more I would have enjoyed but having to go through everything and answer any question and deal with anything to do with the case, but of course I'm not allowed to do that at the present time. But what I would like to do is to thank you personally very much for your support. It really is wonderful, and it means an awful lot to everyone involved in the case. There are lots of really brave people who've come out, like Mary, who've come out to support Anne and Hollie. But most importantly of all, Anne and Hollie themselves, as I mentioned before, they are two amazingly brave people who've gone through hell, and they are really absolutely terrific, and it really is a privilege to work for them. It really is. And I hope someday that they will get the accolades that they deserve for their unbelievable bravery in the most awful circumstances.
Well, praise might not come in this world, but, we all stand as witnesses before God for what we are and who we are. And the greatest people, the greatest heroes are those that are going against everything, for what's right. The greatest heroes. And sometimes they're recognized and sometimes they're not, but it doesn't matter because there is a God who does rule over the destinies of nations and who does care about honest journalists like yourself and who does care about little girls with Down syndrome being abused by high-level individuals in government. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and let both of you go, okay?
Thank you very much, Paul. Very nice to talk to you, and thank you for inviting me onto your show.
Oh, thank you for coming on, and we'll see you both later, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, we've got like 2 minutes left here, and I want to make sure I close and make this really clear to the people that live in Scotland. You have a responsibility to do something about this. I live in the United States. I've made it my responsibility. You have a responsibility to do something about this, to stand up against this corruption. Because if you don't, you're going to be wearing the same chains of slavery that this little girl and her mom are wearing right now. They're coming after you. It'll be your family next, your little girl, your little boy. We're talking about people that are psychopathic, sexual predators with no conscience whatsoever, no remorse. They can lie to your face, and you're going to think that you have a responsibility to stand up and do something. And I am going to tell you right now, there's an old saying that was, I believe it was Benjamin Franklin stated, we must hang together or surely we will hang separately. I'm not afraid of dying. I've faced death numerous times in my life. I've had my enemies try to kill me in numerous ways, and they failed because there is a God in heaven. But if it comes, it comes. We can either die as cowards or we can die as heroes. So the choice really is ours. Do we stand up and oppose evil because it's evil, no matter what the consequences, no matter what they'll do to us? Or do we continue to live in fear because we're worried about them taking away our television or the other comforts that we enjoy? The choice really is up to ours. And if we choose right now not to stand up to this, then we literally will get the government we deserve, which is a satanic tyranny. That's where they're going with this. History is watching. Everybody that's ever lived on this earth is watching you right now and watching how you respond to this call and to the calls of your fellow citizenry to do something about this out. God bless all of you. I know you make the right decision. And until tomorrow, we will talk.